What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about a handful of mining stocks today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. I want to make this video short and brief and just do a general analysis on all of these. We're going to talk about Hive. We're going to talk about CleanSpark. We're going to talk about Marathon, BTCT, Bitfarms. I think that's about it. Riot. We'll talk about, actually, the order we're going to go in is Hive, CleanSpark, Marathon, Riot, Bitfarms, BTCT to finish it up. So if that sounds good to you, hit the like button and subscribe. I got to admit, guys, these mining stocks have been very disappointing, very disappointing. There are a lot of crypto-related derivative type stocks that, and I wouldn't say mining stocks are derivatives, but kind of, I don't know if it's fair to call them derivatives, but they're associates nonetheless. But there are crypto-related stocks and derivatives that have been underperforming the expectations of the general crypto market participants. And this, the mining sector is definitely one of those areas where we've seen this lack of growth for a long while. I suspect that that's going to come to an end. I suspect we're overdue for a very large pump soon. And I think Hive is no exception to that, right? You're at the base right now of this overall consolidation phase. You're at 312. It's a matter of time. Maybe not by the end of this month, but sometime by the end of February. You're at 312 now. I would suspect not only are you above $5, but you probably are above $6 and beyond. I think that next month might be the month that ignites you a breakout of this range from a high here to a low there. When you do break out of this range, the given target would be 891 to 1110. In other words, you're at $3.12 now. I suspect that either by the end of February or by the end of March, you could be as high as about $9 to $12. If not there, minimum target would be something at $6, and you're at $3 now. So that's decent growth in a pretty short amount of time, nonetheless. But I do think that you'll probably see something over the coming months that's bigger than anything you've seen since 2020, since the last bull cycle, right? Remember, guys, last cycle, Hive here was boring from February 2020 until November 2020. It was boring for a very long time, but it made up for it with a very big explosive move at the end of the cycle. So don't get bored. If you're bored, don't get bored. In fact, if you're bored, maybe just stack up because you are at the base of this overall consolidation phase now. So I think it's a great time to buy. Not financial advice, but I think it's a great time to buy. And that's my 2 cents there. I actually want to look at the weekly RSI real quick. Weekly RSI looks fine. It suggests you're at a low as well, actually, because you found support at this area several times, right? And you got higher lows nonetheless. 3-day time frame, also same story, same exact story. In the daily time frame, bullish divergence at the lows there. Yeah, I think you look great, man. You look like you want to move up. CleanSpark is the next one. CleanSpark with the sell-off today, 7.6%. And man, I'm glad I got out of CleanSpark, you guys, because it's just disappointing after disappointing. It was looking like it was going to prove me wrong. It's like right as soon as I sold, that's whenever it moved up. But when did I sell? It was here. It was literally like, no, it was here. It was on the 13th. So like I literally sold the low to buy MicroStrategy. It went up, but now it's dumping off a little bit, and MicroStrategy moved up. Actually, it did close the day red today. But that's beyond the point. Let's not talk about MicroStrategy or my ill-timed sells right here for CleanSpark. But we're at 1096 now. I got to say it's not the best look, but I think that it does go lower. Probably around $10. You probably go to $10, find support there, and then you start to move up. I would suspect that by the end of February, March, what sucks, man, is these as the dates get pushed back with the breakouts and we continue to just move sideways and do nothing, our breakout expectations also lessen, right? Like I'm not expecting by the end of February, March that we're at 30 to 50. At this point, we're just looking to get back above $20, man. So at this point, I think by the end of February, we could expect to see prices between $20 to $25. And maybe in April, May, we could expect to see prices around $50 or $30 or higher, something like that. But I don't know. Until CleanSpark shows us some life, I have no reason to really believe that it's ready to go. But what I will say is when you zoom out and you look at this here from a low point, that was not the low point I was looking for. You get the low point here, and you tie it up with all these lows right there. It looks like it's kind of at that point where it would make sense to move up from here, right? It does look like it's at that point. If we take a relative low here to a relative high there, you have bounced off of your 382. You're finding support there. So I mean, it would make sense that you move up from here. But how high do you go? I don't know, man. Like Hive last cycle, during the end of the cycle, you did see some immaculate moves up. So, and this is an overall bullish phase. This is what you call an Adam and Eve. Not only is it an Adam and Eve, but this Eve, it's got a cup and handle here, which is very common with Adam and Eves. I would expect that when you break above $24, you likely will see targets. You probably don't stop. When you break above $24, you're probably going to be on a nonstop party bus month after month. Maybe not day after day, week after week. There will be stops along the way. But month after month, you're going to be on a nonstop party bus. It takes you to $97 to $150 would be my guess. You're at $11 now. Absolutely, by the end of the cycle, I assume CleanSpark will be worth more than $100. I have sold my stock. I'm still holding some call options with CleanSpark that expire at the end of this year. You know, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And they expire at the end of this year. Actually, technically the first week of January, or is it the last? I'd have to check when the expiration is. It's either the last week of December or it's one of the. It would have to be the end of the first week of January, I think. Anyways, where was I gonna go with that? It's above $100. I have it at $100, and I'm pretty confident. I'm very confident that we see those prices in that time, right? I think well before January next year, well before December of this year. I think sometime August or around there, we will be at $100 or higher. Okay, that's my thoughts for CleanSpark. Marathon is the next one. Marathon here, looking good, consolidating at $19.56. Moved down 1% yesterday. That's nice. CleanSpark dumped a lot. You're a lot more stable, Marathon. You could move down a little bit more. You're at $19.56. Watch you go down to $17, but you're getting ready to break out of this consolidation phase as well. I would assume when you do, you see a nice, powerful move up. You're at $19.56 now. You probably do move, I would guess, anywhere from about $58 to $42, probably above $50. If we look at this relative high here to the relative low, technically 42 to 57 would be your target, and I think that's where you're going to go. I'm very confident Marathon does that. Its weekly RSI looks phenomenal. Daily RSI looks shaped up and ready to go. In fact, I don't even know if you do go lower, man. You might, but just a little bit lower if you do. It's not going to be anything dramatic. If you're looking to buy Marathon, it's like now or never. I think that it really does just want to move up higher, so that looks good. Riot is the next one. Riot here, kind of consolidating at the top. You've got this odd kind of consolidation phase, don't you? I think that you will break out of it, though. I think you'll break out of it here. I don't assume that you'll go all the way down to the downside here. Your RSI looks a lot more productive right now than it has throughout this whole kind of range. If we're looking at the weekly RSI, also looking very productive. Yeah, I'm under the assumption that right now what you're doing, unlike this time when you're at the top of this range and you just sold off, and then here you just sold off, and then here you just sold off. Here, where you've been consolidating and doing things a little bit differently than the other 3 times that you're at the high here, you might do something differently than sell off, is all my assumption is. So if you do that, from a high to a low, you are expected to go, I would think, in a very short amount of time. You're at $12 now, 23 to $30, and likely you don't stop there. You're probably on a nonstop mission to $40 and beyond. And I could see you seeing those targets sometime in April. But you probably break out of this February, March. You'll probably be around $20 or higher by then. So that's Riot. Bitfarms is the next one. Oh, we should talk about Wolf too, man. A lot of people ask about Wolf, and I've been meaning to talk about Wolf. I didn't say it in the beginning of the video, but hopefully I'll talk about Wolf for anybody that wants to see it. If anybody writes in the comments, why didn't you talk about Wolf? I'll just reply, be like, I did. It's at the end. I'm going to talk about Wolf in this video too, because people have been asking for Wolf. Hi to Low. I'm sorry, I forgot. I don't have my list with me, man. My daughter, she's almost 3, and she destroyed everything today. Let's just, not in a violent way, in a very cute and messy way. But yeah, destroyed everything. $1.67 right now. Could go a little bit lower, but I doubt you do. Bitfarms also on the brink of probably seeing higher targets. I would suspect you look kind of like you're in this parallel channel going upwards, don't you? So I would think you're at the base of that channel. You probably move up, and hey, if you move up to the top of that channel, boom, basically at your all-time highs. So you're probably going to move up to anything from around like $7.50 to $9, $9.50, something like that. Again, I think that's April, May times. You're on your way. You're breaking out of this consolidation phase here sometime between the end of this month and the end of February. So you'll probably be, I would think, at like $3.50 or $4 by the end of February, reaching up to that $8, $9 range by the end of April, May is my thoughts. And then BTCT here, Bit Digital, It's a bit digital. Consolidating, being boring, being one of the more kind of disappointing ones. Absolutely, I expect you're going to break out and see some phenomenal growth here soon. $13 to $20, man. That's crazy. BTBT might have a very violent eruption. However, I don't expect it to be this violent exactly. I mean, you can move like that. You have before. I would suspect that it's at a faster pace than this, but a slower pace than this. So probably something, I mean, that actually might be a good kind of in-between metric there. I don't know. By the end of February, I could expect you at anything from $7.43 to $14 genuinely. Likely closer to $10. And then by the end of April, May, yeah, 14 to 20 bucks would probably be the expectation. So that's that. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Oh, right, we're going to talk about Wolf. We're going to talk about Wolf finding support here and here and here as well on Bit Digital on the weekly. Definitely nice. Definitely makes sense that you'd find support here and break out. Being that you're at the lows in the RSI, when you break out, you're probably going to go to the overbought zone like you did every other time. On that move, you'll see a higher high than this. It'll break you out undeniably on this next move. You're going to go to some prices that are probably more than double what you're at now. Wolfie. Okay, yeah. This one's nice. This one has some actually decent structure to it, I would say, right? Booyah, perfect. Look at that channel. I made it Rasta colored because whenever I was younger, I was having fun, right? Anyways, red is the outer limits, yellow is the heart line, and the green is that sweet in between, my friend. All right, we're going on. That was a really lame Jamaican accent. It's that sweet in between, my friend. I can't even do it. Guys, please do not judge me, okay? I got Jamaican friends. I got Bahamian friends. And they kind of talk similar, but not, they actually don't. I don't know how to, I can't do a Bahamian accent. I can do a Jamaican accent, but anyways, man, enough about this. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. 596. I doubt you go all the way up to the top of this range, but something toward the heart line I could see, right? You've been held down by this heart line for a little bit. 17 bucks, you're at $6 now. Yeah. High to low, what are you doing? High to low. Yeah, buddy. You're going to go up to the 786 right there. Boom. Perfect, dude. 17 bucks. Absolutely. When? Probably sometime in March. I bet mid-March. Yeah, 1712. That one I'm most confident of. Wolf, you look the best. You look productive, and if anything, you could go higher. I will say, out of all of these crypto mining stocks, the ones that seem to interest me the most would be Wolf, Marathon, and BTBT. Riot, actually, to be fair, also kind of interests me a little bit, but I don't know. I think it's going to have an eruptive move, to be completely fair, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm just rambling at this point. Hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.